Welcome to Key Spangler Photography. I want to take a quick look at some of the images that I captured this past weekend at a photo workshop called Shoot from the Pit. Basically, a workshop on how to shoot a concert. Very educational, very challenging event to photograph. Here are some of the images and some of the thoughts behind them. This image here, hopefully these read well on the camera. I don't know if they will, but smartphones were everywhere, and you couldn't help not to get a picture of one um, during the concert. Capturing one with a different angle was the goal, and on this image, I actually put the camera on this lady's belly and shot up past her. And one of the biggest things that was funny about this was she didn't even know I was there. She was so enthralled in the camera and shooting Luke Combs that she even didn't even know I was there. So it was a really neat image, and I used like a 16 millimeter to shoot it. So things are pretty sharp in it. Um, let's go on to the next one. There's a lot of this stage was really unique because it sat 8 feet off the ground and it was a 360 degree stage. So and then in the middle of it, it rotated. So you really had to choose your moments and try to capture what you could when it was in front of you. Um, you couldn't really chase it; it was too hard. So this image I thought was pretty unique. It was cropped slightly. There's another guy to the left of him. But as you can see, the lighting is so cool at the concerts because it's all staged for you. They hire a lighting guy to do it. So it's super lighting. But one of the issues is it's just constantly changing. So to capture images is tough because your subject is also moving. This image I thought was really neat. I don't know. I really like the camera guy in it. Um, it breaks the rules of thirds. He's walking off the frame, not into the frame. But I think it still works. It's a moment that he's taken. He's walking around the 360 stage, and he did a lot of that. And I thought that is so cool to see that. See the light on the camera guy's face and stuff. It just is amazing, I thought. This one's really unique. I saw several frames of this that the exposures were different because, again, the light changes. 1 minute it's red, 1 minute it's blue, 1 minute it's white. So you just have to fire. And did a lot of bursting, just shooting like several frames uh, and hoping to get something. And I'm not scared to say that because that's the way you do it with something with action, which I haven't done much of. So this is a really unique opportunity for me. But I think this one's pretty unique. I like the red color in it and the stage light coming down through the frame. Just magical to me. This one I really liked. This guy had a cowboy hat on that was lighted around the rim, and I just I shot several frames of this. And he put his hand up like that, and it framed it between his hat and his arm. It just makes something different. I was very fortunate not to get a camera flare or light flare from the spotlight. I think that is just it's just framed really magically. Um, I hope you like that one. I turned it black and white because the colors in it were really distracting, and I thought it just made it easier to view if it was black and white. This image was, I just really liked it. She had a pink cowboy hat, probably the cutest cowboy hat in the arena, and and she was pretty. So it was a really special moment to be able to work with that. And again, shot different frames. This one, the blue light, sometimes you might think that's distracting, but you're at a concert, so that's what it is. That's the color. It's not going to be skin tones. It's going to be blue, which I think works. The guy in the background, I couldn't crop out, and I'm so glad I didn't, um, because it works. It shows you that the person was not alone. You're at a concert and she's enthralled in it. This was the one of the first artists that performed, and I was really happy the way the image came out. It captured a moment. There's a lot of things you have to worry about when you're shooting action, and especially people, because they don't always make the most perfect expressions on their faces. And one of the things you don't want to do is really make them look bad. In fact, the instructor of the workshop enforced that to us, saying, you don't want to do that. You want to make pictures that are flattering to them, not, unless you have a reason not to. You want them to look good. You don't want them to look bad, uh, unless you really have a reason to do that. But this one I thought was amazing. I shot her a lot. And again, I used to burst. So, I mean, she was doing a lot of different things. And I was so fortunate to capture her pointing. Yes, her hand is out of focus a little bit, but look at her face. Her face is really sharp and it's really tack sharp. Uh, I wanted to crop the guy out behind her, the two people behind her. But again, that makes it grounds the image on that side, I think. So anyway, that's the status of that. This one I loved. I don't know if I did a very good job at editing it. I'm gonna have to go back, but look at that. You can actually see her eyes in the image, which are ghosty looking. You know what I mean? They're not. It's not like brightly lit, but it's so cool. I think I go up that way. I'm trying to figure out what is up there, and I just think it really works. It's very simple. It tells you that you're at a concert. Not a lot of distractions around it. You know who you're going to see. You know what she wants, and I think that is so cool. I mean, she was standing right outside the pit, and I used a 16 millimeter again, I believe, to photograph this. This one I just really liked. I don't know if it works well or not. This little boy was up in the grandstands and he was photographing Luke Combs, and he went through several different emotions looking at him. And I hope it works. I just think it's really cool to see how in depth he is in looking at his camera, photographing Luke Combs. This was during a ballot, so that's why I had the light on. Everybody in the stadium had their lights on. And I don't know if it depicts that, but I just think it was really neat. This one here is one of my favorites. Again, these are all my favorites. And here, capturing a moment's really tough. Again, at a concert, they don't sit there and wait for you. If you put the camera down, take it away from your eye, you're trying to work on your settings, the image is gone. Yes, you shoot in bursts, so you have more of a chance to capture it. But it's still, it's luck and skill. You know what I mean? You need to know when something's going to happen, or at least anticipate when it's going to happen. I think I did it. I think I have several of these different images with him pointing and stuff like that. But this one with just the one eye, I thought really worked really well. And I hope you agree. I changed it in black and white because the colors were again really strange, because of the blue and the green and the white, and it seemed to work better in black and white. This one again, I'm so excited about. I don't know who's gonna like it, but I don't really care. It's an image that I really like. Again, the cell phone thing. I think this one's really unique. A lot of blurredness in the background, shooting at a very shallow depth of field. So to get the finger and the camera in focus, and then the lighting in the background, I think you know where you're at. If you don't, all you have to do is look at the screen on the camera and you'll see it. Again, moments like this only happen a second, and getting stuff frozen and sharp is really hard. A lot of these were autofocus, and to keep the spot meter on the particular area where you want to get focused, it can be challenging because it isn't waiting for you. This image again, I'm sorry, the monitor thing is really cool. This stage is 360 and stood 8 feet in the sky. So it was really hard to shoot from the pit, We were basically outside the pit where the people were and in the grandstands because it was really hard to shoot it. When you looked up, you had to look up at the stadium, and unless the people were close to the edge, like hanging over it, you really couldn't shoot from the pit. But anyway, this is, I think, is a neat image. It captures a moment, somebody doing their job, and you definitely know where you're at. This the lighting in concerts, like I said, was really cool. The spotlight, I just think works really well. Again, they hire a professional guy to do the lighting for them, so it's going to be perfect. At least on the stage. Okay, anywhere else it's pretty difficult. Uh, but when the exposure works, the exposure works. Again, making the concert simple. You've seen the distractions and stuff in the concert with the people and stuff like that. And the light. This one's very simple, but I think it really works. You use the light, you use the professional person's lighting that he's set for you, and you can photograph great images. Again, you want to focus on him, his eye, and it's pretty sharp. So that's a quick look at those. I hope that you liked it. Um, it's a hard, very challenging thing to shoot, but I hope the little tour and my thoughts helped you understand a little bit better. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.